This is the most vigorous city in China. This is the most useful city in China. This is one of the most beautiful cities in China. Overlooking the blue waters of the South China Sea, Shenzhen is located at the southern point of South China's Guangdong province and on the border with Hong Kong, the world-famous commercial and financial center. The city rapidly blossomed and grew in the 1980s after China adopted its reform and opening up policy. It is an epitome of the great achievements China's made during the past 2 decades. Zoom back 20 years, Shenzhen was a small border town with an area of no more than 3 square kilometers and home to less than 30,000 people. After 20 years, we found ourselves in a totally modern metropolis with a pleasing environment. 20 years is but a moment in China's 5,000 years of history, but the huge changes in this historic 2 decades reflect Shenzhen's efforts to protect the environment and create better living conditions for the generations to come. These mangrove trees are part of the original wetland ecology along the southern coast of Shenzhen. The National Nature Reserve was set aside in this area at the very beginning of the city's construction. Today, the trees form a refreshing green wall, a touch of Mother Nature complementing the man-made city. The theme park is just one example of the desire of the local people and government to live in a green environment. Shenzhen now has 36 large and medium-sized parks with a total area of 2,585 hectares. The Window of the World features models of some of the world's most famous and architecturally unique buildings. It provides an opportunity for Chinese people to learn more about Western art and culture. The China Folk Culture Village is a comprehensive folk art exhibition of China's 56 nationalities. It is veritably a living museum, where visitors find themselves amid the fascinating and diverse folk customs that make up the ancient civilization of the Middle Kingdom. These parks, each with a distinct theme, add much to this useful city's grace and charm. They're also very educational and will benefit people for generations to come. Delightful small gardens are seen everywhere in Shenzhen, by schools, hospitals, in residential areas, and even around factories. They provide pleasant, quiet places where people can relax, away from the hustle and bustle of city life. It is well known that the color green has a calming effect. It improves one's mood even as it restores one's energy. People are having a great time in the green playground. Surrounded by greenery, they can quietly indulge in their dreams. Green is a symbol of civilization. Green is the color of the human home since time began. Green represents youth. Green is an embodiment of friendship. In order to create a harmonious whole of city, people, and nature, the local administration requires 35% of residential areas to be green space. We live on Mother Earth, under the sky. Nature and human beings are a unity in harmony. Public lawns and gardens bring nature into the city. It is the greening of the city. A garden in the city and a city in the garden. People feel totally free to enjoy themselves. The people of Shenzhen built these green areas with their own hands. With their sweat and hard work, they stand out as good examples for the younger generations. Attractive gardens and parks are everywhere. Living close to one of them, one almost forgets one is in a city. In the greenery, among the flowers, we see how quiet and peaceful life is in Shenzhen. In only 20 years, Shenzhen has proved itself a miracle in the history of urban development. Looking down from the sky, we see trees, flowers, and grass on both sides of the streets, emerald ribbons stretching far into the distance. With a width of 10 to 50 meters, the green belts along the roads create a natural combination of buildings and plants. Let's take a closer look at these green areas. The plants are mainly trees from the south of China, with some of the palm species. Skilled landscape gardeners have ensured that the trees, shrubs, and grass form a pleasant whole, a colorful subtropical wonderland. The gardeners also selected a wide variety of flowers to decorate the lawns, and there are flowers in blossom all year round. Large groups of flowers of the same color are like the bright, bold paint strokes and splashes of an exuberant artist. Prosperity and convenient transportation haven't destroyed the environment here. Instead, thanks to the greening and beautifying of the city in a scientific way and effective preservation of the natural ecology, Shenzhen stands out among the numerous newly developing cities in China. At night, Shenzhen truly shines. Colorful lights blaze upon advertisements in the business districts. To add to the city's beauty, the government has transformed Shenzhen Street into an avenue of lights. 28 kilometers long, it consists of 8 sections, each with a different theme. The city at night is a wonderful fairyland. Seeing the glamour of the business areas and having fun in the tourist areas, all agree that Shenzhen is a city without night. All these gleaming skyscrapers are carefully planned and laid out. Long stretches of green space line the roads. The bright colors of flowers and grass surround the tall buildings. Ever since the beginning of the city's construction, the Shenzhen government has attached great importance to balancing the protection of the environment with economic development. Landscaping was included in the city's overall development plan from the very start. 1/4 of the land area was set aside for buildings and the rest for green space. Green has brought this new coastal city elegance and quietness. Green has brought this young city boundless vitality. Flowers and greenery, the wonder of Shenzhen. This is Shenzhen, China's garden city.